Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 250,000 subscribers. Let me also just wish everyone a very happy and a very healthy new year. But unfortunately, things aren't going so great. And we need to ask ourselves, each and every one of us, when does enough become enough? It's why I say to you, subscribe, watch, and more importantly, share with a friend so that they're in the know. And when I say, why are they not in the know? Well, Fox News wasted absolutely no time yesterday attempting to falsely blame the horrendous acts of violence that took place in New Orleans, right, on an illegal immigrant. They did that yesterday. What made it even worse is that President-elect Trump obviously must have heard it while watching Fox and Friends or Fox News. And he then made the same inaccurate statement where he put out on Truth Social, when I said that the criminals coming in are far worse than the criminals we have in our country. That statement was constantly refuted by Democrats and the fake news media. But it turned out to be true. No, it's not true. The crime rate in our country is at a level that nobody has ever seen before. Our hearts are with all the innocent victims and their loved ones, including the brave officers of the New Orleans Police Department. The Trump administration will fully support the city of New Orleans as they investigate and recover from this act of pure evil. Now, let me begin by saying several different things here. First and foremost, there is no Trump administration until January 20th. Second of all, that Truth Social post is completely inaccurate. There is no semblance of reality to that post other than it was a horrendous, a disgusting act where innocent lives, more innocent lives, literally, what are we, one day into the new year and this? Because let me give you the reality. The reality is that the suspect was later identified to be an individual named Shamsud Din Jabbar. Now, let me tell you about Mr. Din Jabbar, all right? He was born and raised in Texas. Not only was he born and raised in Texas, he also served in the U.S. Army for several years. I think he was in the tech or the IT department. And, by the way, dishonorably discharged from what I read. Again, assuming that's accurate. Now, this, of course, forced Fox to have to retract their previous reporting. Play the clip.
Breaking news right now into our newsroom. I want to alert our viewers. Our sources now tell Fox that truck from Eagle Pass, Texas, did not cross 2 days ago. It crossed on November 16th, and the identification of the driver that crossed the border does not appear to be the shooter. We will get more clarification, we expect, Molly, in just 4 or 5 minutes from investigators on the ground.
President-elect Donald Trump put out a statement on social media earlier today that reads as follows. When I said that the criminals coming in are far worse than the criminals we have in our country, that statement was constantly refuted by Democrats and the fake news media, but it turned out to be true. The crime rate in our country is at a level that nobody has ever seen before. Our hearts are with all the innocent victims and their loved ones, including the brave officers of the New Orleans Police Department. The Trump administration will fully support the city of New Orleans as they investigate and recover from this act of pure evil. Now, the former president said criminals coming in a statement, meaning into our country. But to be clear, Molly and Brian, the suspect was born in the United States. He served in the United States Army. He was a veteran. The FBI is the lead agency in this investigation, going through the social media and any other accounts associated with the suspect. But
this is the danger. My God, my friends, this is the danger as we enter into this new year, as we enter into a new administration. Don't you think that accuracy counts? At some point in time, accuracy matters, because what's the benefit? What's the benefit of having a fake story, an inaccurate story like that? You're going to find another deranged individual that's now going to start going after migrants because they saw this Truth Social post or that earlier Fox clip that turned around and said that it's illegal immigrants. You see, that's the problem here. That's the entire problem here. But then I want to show you a clip. I want to show you a clip of President Biden during a press conference on that New Orleans attack. Play the clip.
The Department of Justice, including the FBI, for working nonstop to investigate this heinous act. The FBI is leading the investigation to determine what happened, why it happened, whether there was any continuing threat to public safety. Here's what we know so far. The FBI has reported to me the killer was an American citizen, born in Texas. He served in the United States Army on active duty for many years. He also served in the Army Reserve until a few years ago. The FBI also reported to me that mere hours before the attack, he posted videos on social media indicating that he was inspired by ISIS, expressing a desire to kill. The ISIS flag was found in his vehicle, which he rented to conduct this attack. Possible explosives were found in the vehicle as well, and more explosives were found nearby. The situation is very fluid, and the investigation has a preliminary stage. And the fact is that right now, the law enforcement and intelligence community are continuing to look for any connections, associations, or co-conspirators. We have nothing additional to report at this time. The investigation is continuing to be active, and no one should jump to conclusions. I've directed my Attorney General, the FBI Director, the Secretary of Homeland Security, the head of the National Counterterrorism Center, and the intelligence community to work on this intensively until we have a full and complete information. And once we have that information, I will share that information as soon as we can confirm it.
Look, whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, whether you like Joe Biden or you don't, whether you voted for Joe Biden or Donald Trump, you must acknowledge that that press conference was measured. It wasn't innuendo. There was no speculation. As he said, these are the facts. These are what I was told by the FBI during the investigation. He also tried to warn people, don't jump to conclusions here. All right. And when the information is received by me, I will, of course, share it with you once it is verified. Instead, everybody's out there jumping, whether it's Fox News or even President-elect Trump. There was no reason for him to do it. Where are the people around him? Where are the former Michael Cohens around him saying, don't put that out. Don't put that post out. It may not be accurate. We don't know. We don't know. I mean, we're not talking about whether the guy was 5'5" or 5'10". We're talking about whether he's born in America. They didn't know the guy's name. They didn't know anything about him. They immediately jumped once they heard the last name, figuring that it's an illegal immigrant. And this is wrong. This is just plain wrong. We need a president who is measured. And that's what I'm hoping, that whoever's going to be around Trump starting January 20th forces him to be more measured, because none of this is good if we're going to recreate some unity in this country. But let me be clear about something. Fox wasn't alone, though. Several MAGA Republicans ran with the same falsehood. Why? Because they need to constantly blow smoke up Trump's ass. Here's Marjorie Toilet Greens. New Orleans terrorist attacker is said to have come across the border in Eagle Pass 2 days ago. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Well, at least we know you're serious there, Toilet. Shut the border down. Once again, 3 exclamation marks. Give me a fucking break, because Don Jr. did the exact same thing. Biden's parting gift to America, migrant terrorists. Come on, Don. Listen, I know Don better than anybody. Why he was doing this, I don't know. Where are the people that are measured around Don Jr.? He knows better. They all know better. They should be better. They should do better. On top of that, Newsmax host Rob Schmidt put this out. Great start to the year. Democrat open border policies welcome a horror show in New Orleans. Don't expect an apology, or by you either there, Rob Schmidt. They'll respond with a middle finger. Yeah, I'm giving you the middle finger right now, working tirelessly to block immigration reform. I really hope that you fully understand what the point I'm trying to make here is. This is out of control, factually inaccurate, and the fact that Donald Trump puts it out there means everybody else starts to put it out there too. So when Fox News put this information out, or however Trump ended up getting that information that was wrong, everybody runs to it. Everybody runs with it. And none of this is accurate. It is a misinformation, disinformation series of information, right? As it relates to this horrific event. So look, my friends, again, the important thing is as we start this new year, wouldn't it be great if we could try to be a unified America again, right? Against legitimate terrorist acts against this country, whether there's some correlation between this attack and the explosion that took place in Las Vegas in front of the Trump International Hotel and Tower in Vegas, and the Tesla that exploded. We don't know the answer yet. A lot of people doing the same thing. They're jumping to conclusions with that too. Though things that we do know, we know it was filled with gasoline and explosives. The problem, we can all surmise something. Were the two connected? That we don't know. Leave it to our FBI. Leave it to our national and to our intelligence agencies to come back to us with legitimate answers so that we don't jump ahead of the stories. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.